Manipur government on Saturday flagged off buses between Imphal and Mau in Senapati district and from Malom to Churachandpur district amid district border sealings by indigenous tribal leaders forum. Democratic Progressive Azad Party President Ghulam Nabi Azad said that army and paramilitary forces are vigilant. Now the central and the state governments need to increase security agencies and terror activities will be controlled. India's External Affairs Minister S. Shankar on Saturday said that if somebody is practicing cross-border terrorism, one must respond. On a day when Chief Minister Vishnu Dev Sai visited the national capital, calling on Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar, a fierce encounter broke out between the security forces and Naxalites in the Sukma district. Now for the news in details. Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh Yogi Adityanath reached Moradabad on Saturday on a one-day visit. He unveiled a 51-feet tall statue of former Prime Minister Chaudhary Charan Singh. On this occasion, 18 farmers of the state were also honoured. A large number of people gathered at Bilari to participate in the public meeting. On the Farmers' Honour Day organised in Dakia Naru village, Chief Minister Yogi said that the former Prime Minister Chaudhary Charan Singh had detailed information about India's economy. He also commented on the law and order situation in the state and said,
विपक्षी दल कितना नकारात्मक राजनीति कर रहे हैं, संवैधानिक पदों पर बैठे हुए महान भावों का भी सम्मान नहीं कर रहे हैं। कैसी कैसी स्थिति हो गई है। महामहिम राष्ट्रपति का अपमान, कांग्रेस के नेता वीडियो बना रहे हैं, विपक्षी दल के सांसदों का इस प्रकार का एक कृत्य मुझे नहीं लगता है कि कोई सभ्य समाज स्वीकार करेगा और मुझे लगता है इसकी सजा उनको भुगतनी ही पड़ेगी। जनता जनार्दन इसकी सजा देगी ही देगी। किस तरीके से सार्वजनिक रूप से संवैधानिक पदों पर बैठे हुए महानुभावों का अपमान किया जा रहा है, उनकी खिल्लियां उड़ाई जा रही है। यह स्थिति संवैधानिक पदों पर बैठे हुए महानुभावों को इस प्रकार से उनका अपमान करना, उनकी खिल्ली उड़ाना, वही संविधान का अपमान है। और संविधान के अपमान का मतलब बाबा साहब भीमराव अम्बेडकर के द्वारा बनाए गए संविधान का अपमान है। बाबा साहब भीमराव अम्बेडकर का अपमान है और किसी भी भारतीय को इसको स्वीकार नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि अंततः हम सबकी निष्ठा भारत के प्रति है, भारत माता के प्रति है, भारत की सुरक्षा के प्रति है, भारत की एकता और अखंडता के लिए है और हम लोग इस पे कोई कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं कर सकते। आपने देखा होगा चौधरी चरण सिंह की स्मृति में बने हुए स्मारक, इसमें आर्मी के पूर्व जनरल लिए, हाईकोर्ट के पूर्व जज।
A militant was killed on the intervening night of Friday and Saturday in Jammu as army foiled an infiltration bid along the international border 2 days after 5 soldiers were killed in an attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch district. The militant was killed in the forests of Poonch and Rajouri regions. Meanwhile, Democratic Progressive Azad Party President Ghulam Nabi Azad said that the army and paramilitary forces are vigilant. Now the central and state governments need to increase security agencies.
5 साल में वो था कि आतंकवाद तकरीबन खत्म हो गया, लेकिन ये रजौरी पुंछ में शुरू हुआ और इधर की तरफ बढ़ रहा और इधर बीच में कोकरनाग में भी एक घटना हुई। इसके लिए बहुत अफसोस है और मैं नहीं समझता कि कोई जानबूझ के कर रहा। फौजें सतर्क हैं, पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस सतर्क हैं। अब केंद्रीय सरकार को और राज्य सरकार को मिलके जितनी हमारी सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज हैं उनको बढ़ाने की ज़रूरत है, और हमारी जो एजेंसीज हैं वो तो इन चीज़ों पर कंट्रोल हो।
As part of an initiative to bridge the virtual division among the communities due to the current violent ethnic clashes, the Manipur government on Saturday flagged off buses between Imphal and Mau in Senapati district and from Malom to Churachandpur district. Despite the absence of senior officials at the flagging off ceremony, at least 5 buses began their journey from the North AOC amid tight security. Most of the passengers were Nagas, Pangals and other non-Manipuri people who were leaving Imphal for Christmas festival. No meaties or cookies were seen in the buses. Earlier, a public notice by State Chief Secretary Vinit Joshi on Thursday announced the opening of the 2 highways NH2 and NH37 for use by all. More security forces would be posted along the 2 highways, the notice added. On the other hand, the Indigenous Tribal Leaders Forum, the apex body of the Kuki-Zo community and Kangpokpi-based Committee on Tribal Unity announced the sealing of the entire Churachandpur and Kangpokpi district and further informed that its members would block the state government from posting more forces and opening routes. All the state's bus and Allied Transport Association President H. Ton Kumar Sharma, while talking to HornbillTV, said for Imphal to Mau, they are sending off around 4 buses along with SDPO Ibomcha and his convoy. He expressed happiness over the resumption of the business as they were going through heavy losses since the last 7 months.
All Manipur Interstate Bus and Allied Transport Association President
Ado ngasi bus thabi nen tawisi wasi bus kya mung thabi toino
bus akoi se mari gumba ha siram tawbune akoi se aptang akoi gi ngasi akoi honorable chief minister na huri ba akoi gi chap yana ba ko se am nuai je akoi gi se tarap gi base maha ta su chappa yana ba hona bi ko masida akoi na chatta ba mayam awa ba mayam thingla gare huji hanaki winter vacation
pusurmane irang lai basida business se karam mong dele bi ta habi ne
se akoi se lai se counter akoi member kun gamari ma sa bani ayam ba loina thong ro lai mai adu masida akoi gi marak sida akoi business to an to gi ba yaure gari yo thong na ba yaure adu na masi akoi business se adu almost sir ba gumne adu akoi hana client to se akoi se kamu putiki wati tharakpa adi Senapati wati tharakpa adu susang putiki Shillong chalakpa Shillong se akoi kano lai sa bani ko Mizoram di chalaga adi mu ajol darani ajol de mu silsar de mu kan chapane adu ase akoi business se mang gi dore na akoi se kan try lo ina akoi mitra mangani mamang akoi se kitang hauja bani masa na risk ko laga ko adu mai pa pun ngamte
message kumba appeal kumba le jam ta habi ne sarkar da natraga praja mayam da message kumba appeal kumba le jam ta habi
message da hai se akoi sarkar da ina hajun se ngasi sarkar na lori ba khongtham se yam ka ba akoi keno public ni yam ko khongtham ni lori ba se so na thongjan di ba ko dona yam small na sappa ya ba akoi na sappa da ki kan khangan da ba ko adu mai chalan ni ri praja da ai na ni sina akoi su praja thong da awa mayam chu je adu mayam su lai ni yu sappa ya na ba kai ba ma da small sappa ya ga ni mayam su sappi yu akoi mayam thong da akoi kong long la akoi sappa ko akoi ma kin phang ba akoi phang chen ni
tawam no ai.
It's time for a short break. Stay tuned for more news.
डर मत, टाइगर है ना, ब्लैक टाइगर सीमेंट।
घर जल प्रतिरोधक सीमेंट से नहीं बना तो पड़ेगा रोना। पानी घुसने से कंक्रीट कमजोर हो जाए, स्टार वेदर शीट सीमेंट खराब मौसम में घर वेदर प्रूफ बनाए। स्टार वेदर शीट, जल प्रतिरोधक सीमेंट, वेदर प्रूफ घर।
Welcome back. Well-known Bollywood singer Gajendra Verma, who became a sensation across the country with his song titled Emptiness, entrailed the Golden City Lucknow on Friday night. He performed live at JSV Group's musical night event at Dial Gateway. Thousands of his fans attended the concert.
छोड़ के बोली खबर जा, छोड़ के बोली खबर जा, तीनों लोग बसाए बस्ती में, तीनों लोग बसाए बस्ती में, मुझे दी रहने में भी, मुझे दी रहने में, जो जी राम, जो जी राम, जो जी राम, जो जितना बंदन किया करो, जितना बंदन किया करो। तूने मेरे जाना, कभी नहीं जाना, इश्क मेरा, दर्द मेरा, आशिक तेरा। भीड़ में खोया रहता है, जाने जाना।
On a day when Chief Minister Vishnudev Sai visited the national capital, calling on Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar, a fierce encounter broke out between the security forces and Naxalites in the Sukma district. According to officials, at least 3 to 4 Naxalites are believed to have been shot dead in the ongoing exchange of fire. The firefighter broke out between the outlaws and a joint team of the District Reserve Group of Sukma and Dantewada district and the 2nd and the 111th Battalion of the CRPF. The forces were conducting a routine patrol and search operation in the Gogunda area when they came upon the Naxalites and engaged them in a fierce exchange of fire. Sukma SP Kiran Chavan and CRPF DIG Arvind Rai said they were keeping close tabs on the still-going encounter and efforts were made to surround injured Naxalites at the scene. Meanwhile, on Saturday, CM Sai met PM Modi at his Delhi residence and apprised him of the steps being taken by his government to fulfill the promises the latter made to the people ahead of the assembly election last month. The Chhattisgarh CM during his visit also met Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar at the Vice President Dhankar's residence. He was accompanied by Deputy CMs Arjun Sao and Vijay Sharma. India's External Affairs Minister S. J. Shankar said on Saturday that if somebody is practicing cross-border terrorism, one must respond. He stated that India's so-called strategy of turning the other cheek is not the mood of the nation and that it does not make strategic sense.
I think we say this as a country which has been subjected to it with an intensity and a time period which actually nobody else has been over last 8 years. Because don't think terrorism, began now, or it was Kashmir Valley, or it was Punjab. Terrorism started at the moment of our independence, when so-called raiders came from across Pakistan. Okay, these were people. The general who later on, organized this, put it in his memoirs as a proud achievement. So from day one, we have faced terrorism, and it is something, about which we must have absolute clarity, because you cannot respond to something if you yourself are in doubt about what it is. So what is, we need to counter, because, I know there are people who said, oh, we had a very smart strategy of turning the other cheek. I don't think that's it's not just the mood of the nation. I don't think it makes sense. I don't think it makes strategic sense. If somebody, is practicing cross-border terrorism, you must respond, you must, extract, impose a cost out there. So the first part is, how do we ourselves develop the capacities, the mindset, the willpower, etc. to do that? And you can see the change in the last decade out there. The second is actually to delegitimize it. That the rest of the world should not think, because what had happened, because other, countries had an interest, they made it out as though, there was partition of India, then after that these two guys kept quarreling. Okay, today terrorism is also part of the post-partition debates. Unless we hammer home that terrorism message, terrorism must be outside what is allowed in legitimate competition between states. States will compete. But some things, at the end of the day, the global order means there are rules of the game. And when somebody clearly violates rules of the game, it cannot be, you are violating, it's okay, but I am violating, it's not okay. Rules are rules. So, delegitimate, that's why to me, diplomacy, politics, lawfare, law enforcement, intelligence cooperation, all these come as part, the Home Minister, for example, has taken great interest in furthering this no money for terror initiative. Because at the end of the day, what sustains terrorism? It's money. So how do we go after terrorism? And we must, this is one area we must be to back them. That today, there is terrorism happening to a country which is consumed by the very forces that it has nurtured. I think that is also a message to the world. So I very much hope that by 2030 we will have a very, all these together will actually create a change out there. On, the police games and...
We'll take another short break. Stay tuned.
Reliable enterprise civil construction.
टाइगर है ना, ब्लैक टाइगर सीमेंट.
The common symptoms of sexually transmitted
Welcome back. To encourage road safety measures and strengthen the enforcement in Assam, Assam State Transport has handed over 10 state-of-the-art traffic interceptor vehicles and 159 breath analyzers to the Assam Police. The equipment was handed over to the Assam Police by Transport Minister Parimal Suklabadia on Friday at Assam Police Headquarters in Guwahati. The event was attended by Director General of Police, GP Singh, and top police officers. The equipment will be distributed across of Assam in accident-prone areas. The deployment of 10 traffic interceptors equipped with advanced monitoring and enforcement tools will help in enhancing surveillance. The equipment will be launched during the Bihu season with the aim of building an accident-free Assam. GP Singh, Assam's DGP, said accidents can be reduced significantly. There are many accidents during the picnic season due to not wearing helmets, overspeeding or driving on the wrong side, he said. The Yogi Adityanath government of Uttar Pradesh constantly makes new efforts to improve government health services. But now private hospitals are also working according to the intention of the government by cooperating to make the treatment of every disease possible in UP. In a unique case has come to light in the field of health and medicine, in which primary immunodeficiency bone marrow transplant has been successfully done in Uttar Pradesh. The 14-year-old boy who underwent the transplant has been fighting the disease for the past 7 years and had been receiving immunoglobulin injections every month. But now, after this bone marrow transplant, the 14-year-old is absolutely healthy and doing daily activities like a normal child. The doctor and his team who treated this child told the media what problems they had to face during this time and how parents can diagnose this disease in the children prematurely. That's all for this bulletin. This is your anchor signing off.